I just get you guys to quickly start off just by introducing like who you are and your role in the band?
Sure. My name is Dan and I sing for since 2000.
My name is Scott, and I play guitar somewhat for since 2000. I'm the only guitarist, but yes.
What would you say are the ingredients that make up since 2000 sound?
Good question. I think it kind of varies song to song. We're not a band that likes to we get quite bored easily, so we like to jump around a lot. But I'd say the fundamentals are, um, I think the song that needs to be, it needs to have like a certain energy to it. It needs to, and then draw out a certain emotion. I think if it's not making you feel something, whether that's excitement, euphoria, anger, sadness. I think that's kind of what we aim for. We want our songs to be catchy, heavy in a lot of cases. And I think we're always kind of looking for like an interesting genre fusion. I think trying to kind of take two sounds that don't necessarily feel like they should work together and challenge ourselves to try and bridge that gap and make something cool that sounds cool to us.
I also think just writing stuff that pleases us as well is an important thing. Because if we're gonna play it on stage or promote it, we have to believe in the thing we're releasing as well. So, um, I know when I write, I kind of write in the senses if it sounds cool and I like playing it, then it works for me. So pretty much.
I feel like that's the thing as a fan of bands as well. Like you can tell when a band is actually just enjoying what they're playing, and I do think it makes it better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you guys recently released your new EP, Neverland Chapter 2. Why did you guys decide to do like a chapter two thing of Neverland rather than something completely new?
So in a nutshell, the two EPs are very much a coming of age story. Chapter one was more kind of geared towards, I guess, self-discovery from like a lyrical point of view and self-actualization, kind of looking at, um, life experiences, things that you've been through and how that's, you know, what you can take from that and what life lessons you've learned. Chapter two is kind of the flip side of that, where it's very much kind of confronting parts of yourself that you don't like or that you're ashamed of or that you've suppressed. And it's very much about kind of like integrating, it's a journey of kind of integrating those things. So across this EP, the the journey that I go on in terms of the story is very much kind of trying to bridge those parts of my personality. I think it's something that kind of, sorry to wax philosophical this early, but Carl Jung kind of talks a lot about this and the idea of kind of integrating the shadow self. And I think he said it's like if it wasn't like you don't become enlightened by imagining figures of light, you become enlightened by making the darkness conscious. And that's a massive theme that plays out on this record. So it kind of, with chapter two, it feels like the final stage of reaching a point where you kind of come to terms with your identity and then are able to kind of move on and grow from that.
Yeah. And the name Neverland, why did you settle on that as the title for it?
I think Neverland as like a world just embodies what the story of the EP is of the EPs are perfectly. It's obviously a place that very much represents kind of stunted growth and a place that's almost a place of discovery and self-discovery. Obviously, you know, given that kind of a lot of the lyrics are quite sort of retrospective in terms of looking back to things from my childhood, referencing Jane Barry's Peter Pan just felt like a really perfect analogy for it. And yeah, just kind of felt like a perfect because we I almost wanted the EP to kind of the title to kind of embody the world of it, and Neverland is as a place conceptually just kind of made perfect sense.
Yeah. If you guys had to like sum up the EP using an emoji, what emoji would you pick?
Hmm.
You answer this one, Scott. I have no idea.
Maybe the purple devil horns.
Yeah,
It's just because Neverland's purple, right?
I
And
can see
then,
it.
but then one that's maybe not so Um, well, I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. One that's maybe not so obvious, I think, would be the like when it's the emoji with the emoji smiling and there's loads of hearts around it
Yeah,
because there's so much love put into this EP.
that's such a good answer.
Hmm.
Do
Okay, you know that.
No, I'm not being that one. That's pretty good.
you right, I'll move on from that question. Do you guys have a favorite song off of the EP?
It kind of changes, to be honest. Depends kind of what mood I'm in. I think, given that right now we're kind of very much in the period of kind of like Nosferatu is the song that we're kind of pushing a lot at the moment, and it is collectively like one of our favorites on the EP. It feels like the song that we've been kind of building up towards writing for the last 2 years, and it feels like, to me, it feels like a perfect embodiment of everything this band is. Going back to your first question, like Nosferatu just embodies that song, embodies that ethos perfectly. Um, so yeah, really happy to finally have that one out. So I'll probably go say that one.
I'd say playing live, definitely Hallelujah, but listening to, I'd say Nosferatu as well. If
Yeah,
not, it would be Hallelujah as well. I really, uh, yeah. It's just like playing Hallelujah live. It just sounds so massive. And then we have like these kind of sub drops in between the songs, or during the songs, and it just makes it sound so much bigger, and you just feel really kind of badass playing it.
yeah.
Um, but Nosferatu is just like I really just enjoy listening to it as a song as a whole. So that's what I would say.
I find myself coming back to the like the intro track a lot actually. I know it's not a proper song, but I just really enjoy it. It's only like a minute, but I actually put that on quite a lot because I really enjoy listening to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys mentioned Nosferatu there. I watched the video earlier. That is stunning. Where did you get like the ideas for that one? What's like some themes behind it?
So same as the rest of the kind of visuals on this EP, we're pulling a lot of influence from horror cinema. And with this song specifically, it's kind of a bit of a blend of different influences with the video. I think coming off the back of our last music video, Running from My Crimes, which was quite story heavy, we wanted to do something that felt a bit more just a bit more grandiose in scope, and just have just some really just have be a bit more simple and rely a bit more on just some really strong, bold imagery. And I was taking a lot of influence from a French film called Climax, which is an absolutely crazy film. If there's anyone watching that's a horror fan, I'd highly recommend it. Um, and yeah, so a lot of the color palette, especially with the performance shots, was influenced by that, and also the location. We shot it at a nightclub in Glasgow, and it was kind of a perfect location for it. And then we're kind of blending that with very kind of old school kind of horror imagery that was very much pulling from the kind of original Nosferatu film. So it was a kind of a blend of those two ideas put together.
Yeah. And then another song you guys mentioned there, Hallelujah. So that one has low rays on it. How did that collab come about?
Um, yeah, so we've been friends with the guys in Low Rays for a minute, and we're into each other's bands. I'm a huge fan of theirs, and we kind of been discussing for a while the possibility of doing something together, just because it felt like there's definitely a bit of kind of crossover there, like stylistically between our two bands. So it felt like it would make really good sense. And um, yeah, so we were kind of just working on the demo, and quite early on, whilst we were demoing the track, I thought Laura would have sounded really good on it. And yeah, we sent her the song, and she was really down to do it.
Yeah. So a bit more of a fun one. If you guys had to cover a song from like a different genre, what song would you each pick?
Oh,
We were kind of talking about this the other day, but we kind of
yeah.
we already answered it, we.
Um, I'm gonna go in a really rogue one, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go um Armageddon by aespa. There's a K-pop song genre. I think that'd be pretty cool because they have really heavy bass in it, and I think that paired with guitars would sound really cool, you know. And get good drums. That paired with guitar and get good drums would sound really cool. Hmm.
That's not the one. I'll say the one that I thought you were going to say. So my,
Oh yeah.
I'll say "Sound of the Underground" by
Oh
Ghostwire.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be fun.
Because I
Yeah,
did a uni project and Dan helped me out, and we did like a kind of heavy rock version of Sound of the Underground, you know.
Right.
But it will never be released to the public, unfortunately. So only
Aw.
me and Dan and the people there will see.
although we might choose to cover it at some point. We'll see.
That'd be quite
See if we.
fun though, actually.
Yeah. And then if you guys had to swap instruments in your band, what other instrument would you want to play?
Drums.
Mm.
I actually wanted to play drums before guitar, but my parents didn't want me to because it'd just be too loud, you know. So then they gave me guitar instead, which I'm happy they did, but I just think drums is cooler, to be
Mm.
honest. You know, Ruben looks so cool playing the drums. It's not fair.
I'd probably have to say keyboards because I like suck at most instruments. I could probably get away on keyboards just like hitting kind of a one shot every now and then and get away with it. So I'll probably
But
say
so
that.
Like Kyle's job for
Yeah, I
the
mean, Cal's doing a bit more because he's also singing and playing bass and he's
bass.
running the lights. So he's doing some serious multitasking on stage. Don't know how he
Kyle
does it.
has
But
that
I
plays
could
his
probably
emotions.
manage. I could manage one of those things probably.
Hey, yeah.
So yeah, so if since 2000 we're a band of superheroes, what would your superpowers be?
Ooh.
Um, um, I've been watching The Boys recently, so I should probably not use that for my answer because most of the superpowers in that are not safe for work. Uh, Another thing. Do you want to go first, Scott? I'll think about it.
I was thinking of like the ones you see on Instagram, but like the really funny memes with if you got to choose a power. Um, but I will not choose like invisibility or stop time or anything like so stupid. I think the genuine one that I thought would be really cool would being able to like phase through like walls and like phase through things,
Mm.
you know? I think that'd be really cool. Because it's like if you have super speed, then your brain has to think super speed as well. Otherwise you'll just run into things. So
Mm.
then it's like kind of two powers. But if I can just phase through things, it's just one. I'd say that's a good one, you know.
That is a good one.
I'd, prob-
Mm.
I'd probably that's quite a good one. I'd probably go with like a practical one for the band. So I would basically have a thing where I could like amplify my voice without needing a microphone. Because wired microphones are such a pain in the ass, and I'm always accidentally pulling like mic leads out. So that would solve that problem.
Dan,
So
you
I'd go
should
with
have
that.
said unlimited money, and then we'd never need to pay for anything again. Like
Yeah,
just being able to money, you know,
yeah. Is that a superpower though? That's just being rich.
or maybe like
Yeah.
creating material, creating like exact replicas of something that you've touched. Oh, that's a really good one, you know.
Mm.
Or you could just like create diamonds and then like
Yeah.
infinite diamond trees. That'd be good.
Oh man, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I would actually choose that over my first answer, to be fair. But yeah,
I'm trying to decide how illegal it would be because technically you're creating money, but like technically you're not.
but if you're creating gold, is that illegal? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might have quite a lot of government people coming after you and be quite suspicious, but you know, it would you could make hay whilst the sun is shining. I'm sure you could make a quick buck of it for a while.
Yeah. So obviously things have been very exciting for you guys at the minute, but do you have anything going forward that you can share?
Yeah, so we finished the EP like end of last year and we've not stopped writing. So we've got a lot of new music in the works at the moment, and chapter two is the final kind of is the final kind of full project in that saga, but there's definitely a few things that are kind of part of this Neverland era that we feel like we want people to hear that aren't on the EP. So we have a handful of songs that we're kind of going to be wanting to people to hear fairly soon. Um, and before we kind of move on to like the next thing and kind of completely kind of do something new and kind of start from scratch. So people have got that to look forward to. I don't know if it'll be kind of this year later on or kind of start of next year. It kind of depends how it kind of works out, obviously. But we've got that we're kind of working towards at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I'll actually just wrap it up there, but is there anything you guys would like to say before we go?
Um, eat your vegetables. It's really good for you.
Mhm.
Mm. And make sure to have lazy days because it's really easy to get burnt out, you know, because I'm like that right now.
Yeah.
Not at this moment, but just in general. I'm very burnt out. But when I do music or if I do something you like, you don't get burnt out, I think, you know. But also, probably, Dan, you should have said maybe listen to the EP, maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
Um,
hopefully if they've already checked out, but yeah, if not, then go listen
yeah.
to the EP. It's really good.
Mm. Also,
Good.
thank you for your time as well. Thank you for
Mhm.
making time for us.
All
Hmm.
right. Well, thank you for chatting with me, guys. I'll speak to you later.
Right. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.